Oh no. Oh. Yeah. I'm seeing your face.
I know. I knew I was broken, and I knew I couldn't carry on going the way I was going, but I don't think I had that clarity to go, this is what I need to do.
Right.
I was just like,
You needed to be shown.
help me,
Right.
just help me. For me, that first week, I sort of thought I was in the wrong place. I thought I was a bit better than everyone else.
I know.
And I thought,
Where's the swimming pool?
yeah, I'm embarrassed to look back on it now. And I thought, I did remember thinking, it was a 28-day program,
Yeah.
thinking, yeah, but I'm a professional sportsman, I'll get this done in 7. It's just so embarrassing.
Because I know that there was a lot of people concerned about you, especially, you know, in the sport,
Yeah.
people that you was with.
Yeah.
I mean, did you have any idea of like what impact you was having on them?
No, I had none. Yeah, I came in on a Saturday, I think, and on the Friday night when my dad, I'm gonna get emotional. It's just such a big thing seeing you after so many years. So on the Friday night was when obviously that group of friends had decided they didn't know what to do with me and had called my mum and dad. And when my dad came round, when I was at my friend's house, and that was when the Priory was first brought up.
Right.
Then, and at that point, they had obviously been talking about it a lot,
Yeah.
but I was completely unaware, and I laughed. I laughed and said, "What are they going to do for me?"
Right.
And I was so lost in my own pain and my own problems that it was like I needed the rest of the world to sort itself out so that I would be okay. I know there was a definite feeling in that first week of like, I can stop pretending. I can stop pretending that everything is okay, because I had known for a long time that everything was not okay.
Yeah.
And now it was like, I remember this phrase in my head, the game is up.
Because I was going to come back to that. It was like, when was that actual moment? Can you pinpoint a moment where you thought, this is it, the game is up?
I had that on the first day.
Right.
But I didn't, there's that, and then there's the bit of what I need to do to get better and how ill I am.
Yeah.
That's still a journey.
Just going back to that bit where you said when you came in, I'm a successful sportsman. You know, what am I doing? What am I doing in a place like this?
Yeah.
And it was because I do remember it was at first just going to be a week.
It's so embarrassing to look back on, but yeah.
It's not. It's kind of like
7 days was going to change my life.
Yeah.
I thought.
Do you realise now, looking back,
Yeah.
how ill you were with that thinking?
Yeah, I do. It's astonishing at that time how convinced you are that it's correct.
Yeah.
And I thought I would get fixed in a week. By the end of the first week, I just got back to eating 3 meals a day and sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't even then. I was still getting sweats
Yeah.
in the night, and it's just madness to think that that in 7 days, all years and years and years of pain will be sorted. I remember the first group meeting I came to on the Monday, and it was again in this room, and we did the diaries of how everyone was feeling. And I don't even know if I'd written one. I wasn't quite up to speed of what I was meant to be doing. But and I sat over that side of the room, and I listened to this guy share about how he was feeling, and he cried, and I cried.
Yeah.
And I can remember it like it was yesterday, because he talked my language. He talked what I had been feeling for so long, and about the shame, about the loneliness, about he wanted to be a better man, he wanted to be a better father, he felt trapped, he didn't know how to get out of it. It was like, it was that vulnerability, I could sort of see his soul a bit, and I really connected at the time, and I remember it was really powerful for me. It was like hearing their honesty almost gave me permission to be honest. It was like they said, no, you can, and that's the power of the group.
And there was another point. I know another counsellor had a real big effect on you. You know, and he said, "What makes you happy, Luke?"
Yeah.
And that was another point.
Yeah, it was.
Where you kind of like was very reflective about, because you said success.
I said being successful.
Yeah.
That was after the meeting in which you and him challenged us about wanting to stay. Yeah. And I just lost it. I was so you know. Well, I think I'm much better now. I had so much pain. I just cried all the time. It was just like the smallest thing. I just couldn't. And it was like the door had been opened, and I remember crying. I went into the kitchen, and I held onto the sink, and I was crying my eyes out. And he came in and said, "Are you okay?" Yeah. And he said, "Come on, let's go and sit out in the garden." And we sat out over there. It was a beautiful day, a bit like today. And he kind of rolled up his little cigarettes.
I know.
And that's where he said, you know, what makes you happy? And I said, being successful. And it's just, if ever there was I cringe at it now because it's literally the last thing that I think about with happiness, you know, honestly. Yeah. But that's where I was at. I thought that my happiness was defined by outside success. Yeah. There was nothing deep in me. It was just, and he said then, do you know what a hole in your soul is? And I didn't have a clue what he was talking about.
It's like another language.
Yeah,
isn't
and
it?
I was like, oh, no. And he's just said, you will find out about that. And I get it now.
You then decided to stay for like 28 days.
Yeah.
So was that another moment where something particular happened for you to make that choice, or was it just a natural progression?
I felt like I really progressed in 2 weeks. It was, you know, every session I just was really engaged with. I just knew, I guess deep down I knew then that I kind of wanted to change my life.
Yeah.
I really, really did. There's that time at the start where it's like, well, what are you going to give me?
Yes.
So I would walk in the room and go, come on then, Sam, what are you going to give me? Yeah, fix me. And then there comes a moment of going, oh, so I'm the problem. So it's like, in all of this, so it's now, how do I become a better person?
Yes.
And then it's more like tapping into you to say, can you help me become a better person? And there's almost like this shift of responsibility.
Absolutely.
It's not you getting me better, it's me getting me better, but I just need your help.
Yeah. You've got aftercare then for a year. I'm wondering, you know, how did you use that? How did you use it? Did your family come to the family group that we have? Or?
Yeah, the aftercare was massive for me. I was, I guess, fortunate compared to other people. I don't live very far away from here, so it was easier. But 28 days is not long. You know, saying it out loud is really not long. I was wrapped up in my own self-importance. I thought, you know, if I don't get out in 28 minutes, my business is going to crash. Yeah. You know, it actually ran better whilst I was in here. Yeah, it's odd that.
Yeah.
And I was so wrapped up in it that 28 days seems a long time. It really isn't. And really, I was so lucky to have people like you helping me. But I knew, though, that at the end of the 28 days, I had a long way to go. And suddenly, I wasn't going to be in a cocoon, safe environment. I was in the big wide world, and all the difficulties I'd left behind were waiting for me. And they came at me in a rush in that first kind of 2 weeks in different ways. And I needed the aftercare because I needed to come back, and I did come to the meetings. Yeah. This is a place where I'd started to change my life. And that's a big thing, you know, a big thing. I'm over 8 years sober. My children are going to be 11 in a few days' time. So they've seen those eight and a bit years, and it started here. Yeah. And so it's really powerful for me.
If you hadn't come here, what do you think would have happened to you?
I've thought about that a lot. The honest answer is I don't know. Yeah. but would I have helped myself? I don't think I would have. I maybe I'm being hard, but I needed life to stop.
Yeah.
I needed to be cut off and I needed to be protected from what? From me.
Yeah.
That's what I needed. Be my own self-destructive tendencies. I needed time out of life.
Yeah.
And the Priories was the start for me. But without it, would I have reached out? I don't know. If I'm honest, I don't think I would have done, and I don't think it would have ended well.
Right.
Life is beautiful. Life is difficult. There's life is life, and there's those challenges that everybody faces.
Yeah.
But my view on how I look at everything around me, from people to experiences, to my children, to my parents, as a friend, is so different to when it was before I came in here. I see colour now in everything. I can hear. I know where my happiness lies now.
Right.
This is the greatest thing you could ever do. You know, if someone says to me, eventually coming to the Priory and not drinking anymore, how does it feel now? And I'm like, it's the greatest thing I ever did. It's just totally changed my life. It's amazing.